Before the Zohar, the Lurianic Kabbalah was one book that shattered Jewish mystical tradition and founded a new world, sefer habahir, the Book of Illumination, but its origins are as murky as its secrets are profound. This text first appeared anonymously in Provence, France in the late 12th century, and right away tried to fool us. The first line quotes Rabbi Nehunya ben Hakana, a sage from the 1st century. The literary text is called Pseudepigraphy, cloaking a new book in ancient authority. Scholars agree that this is a medieval composite. It's a bridge, pulling together old Ashkenazi piety, Halot mysticism, and some Eastern ideas in something entirely new, the enigmatic style. The Behir is not a narrative. It's an anthology of short mystical homilies, around 140 of them. Its style is midrashic, starting with a biblical verse and giving it a radical symbolic interpretation, but its signature feature is the parable. Entire sections explain the divine structure using allegorical stories of a king, his family, and his garden. As the scholar Gershom Sholem noted, these parables can be bizarre and paradoxical, often intentionally confusing the theme to force the reader into a deep mystical contemplation. Revolutionary ideas. Now for the revolution. The Behir's central doctrine is the 10 sefer. It is the first text to explicitly present the sefer as God's attributes or powers that emanate in the creation. Instead of creating ex nihilo, creation is seen as the unfolding of a latent divine light. The sephirot are famously described as a cosmic tree, often an inverted one with its roots hidden in God's domain and its branches reaching down to us. This vision of the tree of life gives Kabbalah its entire structural framework. The Behir also introduced the concept of the feminine divine. It personified God's immanent presence to Shekhinah as a distinct divine patronage, the queen or the matronita, the bride or the daughter of light. This deeply intimate relational language of the divine couple was a massive innovation that became central to all later mysticism. Beyond the sefer, the book devotes paragraphs to the power of the Hebrew letters. It echoes the idea that God used these letters to create the world. For example, the letter Gimel is described as a tube, representing a channel that receives energy at one end and discharges it at the other. The book even touches upon reincarnation, Gilgal linking present suffering to past lives. The legacy. The Behir's influence is profound and lasting. For centuries until the Zohar appeared, it was the most cited Kabbalistic work. It provided basic vocabulary and cosmology. The sefer, the tree, the matronita that the great 13th century Zohar would elaborate on. It is the vital bridge text between the ancient halachot mystics and the classic Kabbalah we know today. The sefer habahir is fragmented, mysterious to us